Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Brother Red Pillar in the building, reporting live and direct. I am here with the God. Introduce yourself, King.
Oh man, this is Baba Jah Aziel, Unc Uja Saneb Amun Rapata Kepra Ratim here as another reminder, as a good brother, just here to do this sacred work. Pillars in the community. Ashe, dua.
Ashe, no doubt. I want to get right into it. There has been an insurmountable rise of the quote-unquote feather tribes. Where them fans at? Where them fans at? What they would call the watering of the dry bones, what I believe Horace Butler was talking about way back in the days with his book, When Rocks Cry Out. Like, there has been a shift in consciousness that I did not anticipate, where our people have completely pivoted to the idea and the quote-unquote facts that we were here before Columbus. They're embracing their indigenous nature. They're rocking the feathers. They're doing the dances. They're living the culture, man. Let's talk about it. Like, from somebody who has a vantage point that you've been doing this very long, when did this actually, when did you see the curve beginning to happen, and how does it feel just knowing that people are coming to you versus you coming to them?
Oh man.
You can hold that.
It's everything, you know what I mean? As we speak about in trial, this is a time of grandfather and grandmother, when they spoke about these times about people reawakening to their truth, you know what I mean, reawakening to their self, you know what I mean, and everything starts within. So even with you, these 369 cycles of life, y'all started it off as elders in the community, and y'all pushed off that energy, you know what I mean, and we caught on that energy, I caught it, and as I remember myself, you know what I mean, as you remember yourself, you have the collective consciousness, you know what I mean, each one teach one. So we all connecting with this real consciousness, and it's beautiful, because we are the natives, we are the aboriginals, and we are those original in Kemet all over this earth. So it's beautiful that we coming into our knowledge of self. It's beautiful that I don't have to go out, that people wanting to learn about who they are and who we need to be, you know what I mean? So it's just that time, it's prophesied time, and it's beautiful, you know, because I know 10 years ago I was praying for times like this in ceremony, you know what I mean? We was looking at a little weird 10, 11 years ago, but now we in it full force, and coming at an event like this where it's beautiful, we see all our people from all different cultures making moves, and we unstoppable when we in this unity consciousness. We unstoppable.
So this is a financial wealth conference. How did they take seeing the God? Like, what was the response from all of these beautiful melanated people when they saw the God in the flesh?
God. Yeah, I know when people say, oh my God. You know what I mean? And it's a humbling thing, you know what I mean? Because I live this daily. And we got to be walking examples of what it means to be God. I know one of my favorite books, Message to the Warriors by Malin Baruti. You know what I mean? He talked about the warrior code, salute to the elder. You know what I mean? And his wife. So our dress code is not just anything that we dressing. It's a revolution in how we dress. It's a revolution in how we talk. You know what I mean? And we bringing this, we in the front lines of this cultural revolution. Financially, emotionally, spiritually, economically, agriculturally. You know what I mean? We leading in the right ways. That's it.
Nah, man. Another thing that I'm beginning to notice is not just the boom in the knowledge of people being indigenous. There's an overall boom in knowledge. I'm holding conversations with what they would call random people about high-level topics, and they don't seem flustered. They're sparring, they're playing tennis with me, like they throwing shit back, like, wait a minute. A lot of channeling, a lot of quote-unquote post-2020, what they would call the, what was that, December 21st, was the activation. It was the Great Reset. It was what they call a grand conjunction. And if I meet 10 people who was like, yo, they woke up, 8 of them are saying it happened during this quote-unquote 2020 cycle. So what is your, what's your take on this explosion? I know that you said that it was ordained and whatnot, but what is this? What's your take on the babies being born conscious? Is that a result of grandma and grandpa and the medicines and things of that nature? Yeah. Is that a result of the collective, I would call the Godhead, activating? And by the Godhead activating, it somewhat activates our people, similar to the 100 monkey theory?
Truthfully, you know what I mean? It's coming from the Godhead. It's coming from the center. It's coming from the source of we are. You know what I mean? And this is, like I said, it's prophesied time in a sense. We just had in Native American, our Aboriginal culture, they seen the white buffalo. You know what I mean? It was all over about the white buffalo.
In the Hopi tribe.
Exactly.
The prophecies about the end of time.
Exactly.
But the end of their time.
The end of their time. That's what we got to make it clear. It's the end of their false time, and it's the reawakening. You know what I mean? Of our true time. Just like we hear about in Hinduism, Kali Yuga, the end of Kali Yuga, the end of darkness, the end of ignorance. You know, we was just building really on coming out the time of ignorance into the time of true knowledge. You know what I mean? So that's throwing away false doctrines, whether it be from whatever religion. We getting back to the true roots of spirituality, the true roots of our ancestor, the true roots of nature, the true roots of nature. Of ourselves. You know what I mean? And so it's all, once we connect, it's like that mycelium network.
Everything interlocked.
And we locking in.
One another.
And we locking in.
Yeah, we locking all of
every medicine ceremony. And we locking in. Every time we hit Aye, we locking in. Yeah. Every time we on the high pay, we locking in. Every time we hit the drum, we locking in. Right. You know what I mean? So it's just a continuum of this truth. And that's why the babies are being born, because now you got parents that's more being born. You know what I mean? And even in the act, it's consciously. We consciously making this baby that we know we're going to have a conscious baby and raise this baby in the ways of truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we seeing the explosion of truth in this man, the true and living.
Right.
And it's so beautiful for me, truly, you know what I mean? And I don't say this lightly, coming back to this time and to see my people, man. Every day I wake up just with a smile on my face, you know what I mean? To know that the hard work that we've been putting in for years, the dedication to this path, to see our people being uplifted, to see our people living in truth. It's our time. It's our time.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful. I could concur. You know, every rising, you know what I'm saying? I'm enthusiastic about what the day has to offer just on this journey that we're on that has turned into a beautiful fantasy. You know what I mean? It was a dark, twisted fantasy, and it's turned into a beautiful fantasy. We're living in the teachings of the master teachers.
Yes, we are.
You know what I'm saying? So we are definitely, we in some great times. Let them know where they can find you, King, if they want to tap in with the God and, get in touch with you, be a part of ceremony, or even bring you to their tribe to get some insight. And do you offer any type of courses or homeschooling for any of the lovely family out there that want to reclaim culture?
Yes, we do, and y'all can definitely tap in with me on Instagram at KingJah7, and we do all of the above, you know what I mean? Whether it be family training, working with the youth, ceremony. My brother who behind the camera is a true medicine man who deals with all the herbs, as far as the plant medicines, as far as, you know, the grandmother, the mycelium. Yeah, the ceremony, yep.
Okay, so
yeah.
Very important.
Very important.
Hold on. I gotta just say this.
What's up?
I was in the club in the A, and I seen a nigga smash a 5 grams after the Julio. After the Julio, he smashed 5 grams with the shirt off, and I was like, yeah, he need a shaman.
Exactly.
Cause he need a shaman.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what we specialize in. We take the medicine very serious. You know what I mean? And it's a shift right now because we don't want to be recreational. You know, I was in the on the south side of my area, and I was in the trap just building with some young brothers. You know what I mean? So they had everything set up, and I said, "Oh, y'all got the shrooms?" Like I said, we can't do that. We can't have that next to the other things. The other things, exactly. You know what I mean? So we want to keep stuff sacred as we reawaken it. You know what I mean? We're not reawakening to falsehood. We're reawakening to more truth. So the medicine is sacred. You know what I mean? In every form, in every way.
Nah, that's beautiful, man. That is beautiful. Let them know where they can find you and tap in with you and your movement.
Y'all can find me on IG at KingJah7. And that's really the only way. I try not to stay on socials too much, but that's my main social. But I'm around the community, you know what I mean? And I know a spirit lock us in, and you see me, we locked in. Like I say, it's so much that we do, from holistic training. I've been a certified personal trainer for 10 years, herbalist, master Reiki teacher, you know, and all these modalities I use to help the people. You know what I mean? Numerology reports, tarot readings, all this stuff is all modalities to help our people remember who they are.
Right.
Know thyself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Thank you, family. I appreciate
Much respect.
Salute.
And much respect to Blue and Red and for the dedication they've been having over the years. I know that man been seeing it and they still on the front line. So it's divine love and peace always. Respect.
Respect. Salute, y'all. Brat. You. Do y'all do power? Somebody slammed the powwow. Yeah. They were saying that the powwows was created by the $5 ones to kind of mimic what we was doing. Because I used to go to Shinnecock powwows on Long Island when we was little.
You know, they keep it sacred. You know, they got some of our traditions in there, but the way we do it, man, we'll blow the roof off the house, man.
Let me go. Let me know when that happens. How you doing? Let me know if I could work for right thing. This is Pay Us in Crypto, and what this is one of the first workbooks to deal with quote unquote how to get paid in crypto, not how to pay it, how to get paid, how to catch up to this goddamn this lack that.
We were attacked by, you know what I'm saying? By them. You know what I mean?